All right, gonna go over the finds for the last. It's actually been, I think, more like 8 days. Put my little headphone in here so that way I can hear all the comments. There we go. All right, all the comments. There we go. All right, welcome. All right. So again, welcome to the live, everyone. And so these are just some of the finds that I have found over the last probably 7 or 8 days. Let me see. Let me raise my lift. Let me see if I can lower it a little bit. I haven't already engaged. We'll just leave it. That's fine. All right. And then you tell here I got a bucket of iron and a bucket of aluminum. And so I'll just throw that stuff in there. But all right. My trusty magnet. So we got aluminum. Try to go through this stuff fairly quick. Pull tabs. See some silver in there. Old crusty nail. From plenty of iron. I detected a beach. It's a man-made beach at a HOA type area. I found 5 tent stakes in the beach in the sand. It was just crazy that I mean, obviously, I'm sure you don't intentionally leave them, but still, you're running down the beach with no shoes on. You jab that through your foot. Not good at all. A big old piece of iron there. More aluminum, iron. I found that. That was actually in a park, so that was not. This was just garbage. We put the garbage over there. More aluminum. If you've been on my channel before, you know I take all this aluminum and I will smelter it down, melt it down, and turn it into coins. Found my 3rd spoon, but it is marked made in China, so it's probably not old, and it is steel. They sure ring up nice though. Whoops. Let's see. I've pulled that tonight. A battery, spark plug. Try to get all this iron. We'll throw it in the iron pile. Old hair clip. Found that on the beach. I think that is actually might be brass. I'll have to look it up. Big chunk of iron. This is just all the stuff in the last couple of days. This is a leg off of something. Lincoln Hawk, if you're out there, the ultimate toy collector, he probably know what this is. We'll put this in our miscellaneous pile over here, along with this we found. And there's lots of coins in there too. I just haven't shown them yet. Or aluminum, plastic, beaver tails. So this is looks like it's almost like a drawer pull or something. Kind of cool looking though. And ferrous, plastic. Again, we'll get to the good stuff here shortly. This is just the stuff that'll go in the garbage here in a few. Another big piece of metal, iron. You guys comment if you know what that is. We'll put that over here with these things that we'll investigate. Yes, another tent stake with a little clip. Found that tonight. actually right next to another key. Let's see. And there was some of this in a whole. Thank you, Lillian. I appreciate that. And so I don't know if it was like an old mug or something. Throw that. I found that. Came up like a coin. I think it's just aluminum. Let's see. More trash. Pull tabs. Iron. And again, we'll get to the good stuff here as quickly as possible. More aluminum. I went to an old house I have a permission to detect at, and I could not believe the amount of iron I was pulling out, and they were all coming up at really super high tones. Not sure what that is. It's not magnetic. We'll throw it over there. More iron, pull tabs, big old chunk of iron. Top of it. Okay, that's a ring. So I pulled this at an old house I have a permission to go to, and it's not magnetic. It's probably aluminum. Could be silver. I'll have to clean it up and see if I get a mark or anything off it. So that makes rings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I get a mark or anything off it. So that makes rings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16 and a half. Aluminum, more iron. Some of this iron just comes up. Looks got a little Matchbox car or Hot Wheels, one of them. Put that in that pile. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of this iron comes up. Like something like this will come up like a 97 on the Manicore, and so you're thinking it's in silver range, but if it hits on the 50s at all, it ends up always being a piece of iron as far as what I have found. Let's see, this is just a lot of trash. I try to pull everything out I can. More iron, iron nails. I found a pretty cool coin last night. It's probably from the 50s. It's a heads or tails. These always get you at schoolyards because they ring up at about a 25, and a nickel ring up at like a 26, 27. So you end up always digging these, and they always get you because it's just a end off a number 2 pencil. But yeah, it was a heads or tails old coin that had kind of a nudie image on the one side. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I'll add that to my collection. But the homeowner decided they liked it as well. And I always give them first choice to keep whatever I find. And so they kept that coin. And actually everything else I found that was just clad. Again, pretty surprising. Just a couple of newer dimes, memorial pennies, which you always find. And nothing else spectacular. Let's see. I found that. That thing is heavy. I don't know what. It's not magnetic. So I'll put this over in the kind of the curiosity pile. Hate to throw something away and find out later on that it was worth keeping. Let's see. Iron. Nope. More iron. Pull tabs. Yeah, whoever invented pull tabs, it's crazy how many of them are out there. Aluminum. There's trash. This little thing, not sure what it is. Maybe just a button kind of a dealio. Found this in a schoolyard. It's not good. On a 22 shell. I'll save that one for a few minutes. So I did find a couple of cool things this week. Aluminum. Another bullet casing. Put that with our bullets. I have some 3-ringers. Pre-Civil War ones right there I found. Aluminum. iron. I got another commission at an older house, and I pulled a couple of nice things, but again, a lot of roofing nails. Keep you busy. Let's see what that is. Iron. I've pushed off a couple of cool things to the end just so I can show them at one time. Look at that penny. Just crusted over. I'm sure it's a memorial the way it's all eaten up like that. Some kind of a rivet or a button. Put that over there. I try to do these on Sunday, but I just got busy. My oldest daughter and her husband went to Vegas for a few days, so we had four of our grandkids over, which is always a fun time. Plus a plus one from our other grandson. Let's see. It's amazing how much stuff you dig. You feel like you haven't really done much for the day. You get back and you look at all the stuff. It's all these nails. That's the other key I found next to the other one. Iron, trash. I'm not sure what that is. And again, some of this iron sounds really good when you first hear it. Okay, I think the rest is mainly going to be coins. Let's see if I can find my sifter here. Make it a little easier. See a couple more pull tabs. Another piece of iron. Beaver tail. Let's do that out of here. Okay, those are diamonds, so I don't want to lose that. That's what I found at the beach. I think somebody else had been there earlier because it was pretty cleaned out. So I don't see. A little rivet. We'll just throw that over here. And screw. I think that's all. This stuff we'll just get rid of. Let's see, put that over with our brass. And mainly it's going to be coins now. save that one. So it looks like we have, I'll just sort them by quarters. I'll put that over here because that was a cool find. Nickels. Yeah, that token I pulled out last night, I thought it was a quarter. About the same size, and it just, like I said, it said heads or tails on it. Let's see, dime. I hit that one on a live dig earlier. Let's see, more dimes, pennies, nickels. Put that over there. I was at a school earlier, found a 65. It should be in this pile here, a 65 dime. And that's a pretty good indicator that you're at least in the right area, because they made silver up until 64. So you can find a 65. Could be a kid walking around in the schoolyard, you know, with a pocket full of change. He doesn't care if it's a 64 or 65, just losing change. So let's see, dimes, dimes, dimes. These always ring up real nice, normally right in the 70s. Nice high tone. Let's see, another nickel. Nickels ring up normally about 26, 27. The 18, what's it, this one? The 1887. Or no, 1883. This one rang up at a 28, so just a little bit long, a little bit higher. And I found that if they hit 30 or 31, if I dig it, normally they're going to be a pull tab. Let's see, another nickel. This is the one that I'm curious about right here. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Just going over my finds for the week, kind of getting everything sorted out real quick. I'm a couple of days late on this, but hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see, nickels, nickels. Let's see, penny, there's another dime. Penny, penny, penny. I think these are, another quarter. Another dime. Another dime. Keep that up. Another one. Yeah, again, these dimes just sing out. They just scream when you go over them. So I think these are all just clad. And then I found this. I don't know if I was live. Actually, I think I was live. I found this at a little man-made beach. I think it's silver. I think it's tarnished with diamond. Actually, we can test it as diamonds. Let's see. Although I'm not very good at this machine, seems like I get it part of the time. Let's see. You're supposed to hold it in here and then test it. If it shoots the number all the way up, then it's a real diamond. Let's see. There goes small. Well, maybe that is not a real diamond then. Yeah, because the numbers aren't moving all the way up. Let's see. So it's probably not even silver. It might just be, but it's tarnished like silver. I haven't looked at it under a microscope to see any markings. We'll put over here. I know these are real diamonds. I tested those. I found that gold chain bracelet on a live here on TikTok. Turn that off. So I went live earlier and went to another location. My battery was dead on my little phone I used to record, and it was a schoolyard. It's actually shut down. The school's not even there. They've literally ripped the building down. I just was looking at some old maps and got a good, super good signal, like a 71 through 73, and pulled a 1950 silver. it was only maybe down 3 or 4 inches. It doesn't matter what kind of detector you have, you would definitely have pulled this. Now, if you look at other dimes, when you see a silver come out of the hole, it's pretty obvious. Even the newer ones, when you see that silver, it just shines, and you have silver. I'm yet to find a war nickel, which would be 42 through 45, 35% silver, or a silver quarter. But these are the silvers I have found. 2 mercury. What year was this one? This is 52, my newest one. That's the oldest one, Japanese 1750. Gold, I found that live on TikTok. That's not gold. I dug, I thought it was gold. It's not. That's a gold earring. And then about 20 feet away, I hit silver again. A Paris, which I assume is probably a pendant. I haven't cleaned it up. It has some really nice weight to it, though. It just says Paris, shows the Eiffel Tower. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sydney. And so we'll put that in the pile with the other pendants. I should probably test those to see if those are diamonds or not. This I thought was silver, but it looks more like gold now. A lot of the stuff you don't want to clean it. As far as Wheaties, I've found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wheat pennies. Those are pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so there's some of the other ones. And this I found, it is super smooth. I forgot what it rang up as. I wanted to turn my, it is worn. Let's see. It's not magnetic. I don't see any markings at all. It's about the same size as a penny, just a little bit, it's a little larger and definitely thinner. So if you guys have any idea what that could be, I'll have to run my detector over it and see what came up as far as the VDI. But kind of a cool piece. Not sure exactly what it is. So there you go. That's this week's finds, and I never count them, but nickels, dimes, pennies. I'll look at these later to see if I happen to have another Wheatie in here. I doubt it. A lot of these ones are just memorials. They're just crusted over. But I'm going to go live here in a little bit because I have my test garden here where I have silver buried. I have quarters, half dollars, I have Indian pennies. And so a lot of these ones in these packages here, I actually bought these silver coins. And these are ones I'm burying in the test garden so I can use my detector and kind of fine tune it. So when I'm in the field. So I'll be going live here shortly. Thanks, folks.